Hey everybody, how's it going? Kevin Freebie here, and today we're going to be continuing our deep dive into the altered dominant 7th chord. All right, so before we get started, I did want to give a very quick recap. I'm going to keep it brief, but it's because I know that you can go ahead and reference the 2 other videos on my channel. Okay, the very first video was an introduction to the A7 altered scale. The notes are A, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, and A. Okay, in that video, we discussed kind of an overall approach and the way that I used it to approach the beginning of a solo by the band Side Hustle on a song called Times Like Us that was written by our sax player. Okay. In the second lesson, we covered one of the 2 arpeggios that go with this scale. One of the things that makes the altered scale so unique is the fact that it has 2 arpeggios, 2 completely different arpeggios that stem from the same root. And so the second lesson was based on one of the arpeggios, which was the A7 sharp 5 arpeggio. A, C sharp, F, G, A. We went through all the inversions, we went up and down the neck. Now today, we're going to go over the A minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio. Here are the notes. A, C, E flat, G, A. Now, notice that I said C and not C sharp. C sharp would have made it a major third. This scale has both a major third and a minor third in it. Sometimes you'll hear the notes referred to as the sharp 9 instead of the minor third. And that's one of the unique things, once again, about the scale, okay? So real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through the fingerings that I use for this, and we're gonna go and touch on the inversions, okay? Then we'll do a quick demo, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing I did with the last lesson, and I'm gonna leave you that 5-minute loop at the end so that you can practice over it and work on all this stuff. All right, so root position, and this is the fingering that I prefer to use. It's gonna allow me to go 2 octaves. A, C, E flat, G, A, C, E flat, G. Okay, root position. Now we're gonna go to first inversion. You're gonna have C, E flat, G, A, C, E flat, G, A. Okay? Now we're going to get up to second inversion. We're going to have E flat, G, A, C, E flat, G, A, C. Okay? Now we're going to have G, A, C, E flat, G, A, C, E flat. And now we're way up here. We can play that an octave down, get all those exact same notes. So you have your third inversion, A minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio. Here it is. G, A, C, E flat, G, A, C, E flat. Okay? So just like the other arpeggio, the A7 sharp 5 from the last video, you can go ahead and connect all of these A minor 7 flat 5 notes together, and that'll give you an entire fretboard at your disposal over 1 chord. Okay? Now, one of the interesting things here, and one of the things I really suggest working on, and that's another reason I gave you that practice track at the end of the video, is so that you can hear these notes in reference. Because one of the things that's very different about our approach this time is only half of these notes are actually in the chords that are being played on the track. So we're kind of I don't want to say we're working on out because technically this is all very inside, but these are different note choices and they might twist your ear in a different way that you're not used to. So real quick, I'm going to kind of run the arpeggio from top to bottom of my fingerboard right here. I'll move fairly slowly, but being that this is a video, I always move a little faster because I know that you can rewind. Also, I'm going to go ahead and do like a little demo of playing over the harmony and literally keeping myself to just these 4 notes, okay? I really recommend, if this is your first time working with this arpeggio or this scale or this sound, to play long tones over the practice track. It'll be super, super, super helpful. Okay, so here we go. A minor 7 flat 5. I'm gonna start in the 3rd inversion, okay? G, A, C, E flat, G, A, C, E flat, A, C, E flat, G, A, C, E flat, G, C, E flat, A, G, C, E flat, A, G, E flat, G, A, C, E flat, G, A, C, G, A, C, E flat, G, A, C, E flat, A, C, E flat, G, A, C, E flat, G. Okay? Now I'm going to just go ahead and move down these real quick. Another reason that I really wanted to touch on this subject is because this doesn't have sort of a shortcut or an easy way out. If you're used to a lot of major scale harmony and stuff that's not really outside of that, you'll notice that there are times where you can kind of generalize and use, like, say, just like one pentatonic scale to go over everything. Unfortunately, over this chord, the pentatonic scale, neither major nor minor, will work. So you have to really have information that is more specific to this scale. Just to recap, A, C, E flat, G. Okay, we can play those anywhere on the fingerboard. We can play them in any patterns we want. We can try to be as rhythmic or melodic as we want to be. But the goal here is just to get familiar with this sound and with these notes. That being said, I'm also going to try my best to sound like me, and I would hope that you would try the best to sound like you. What I mean by that is that I still want my phrasing and my rhythmic and melodic ideas to come out, because if I can do that, that gives me freedom when the chord changes. If I'm playing through a group of chord changes and all of a sudden I see this A7 altered chord, I want to know my options. I want to be able to hear my options in my head. And I also want to be able to play those options in real time, but phrase through the changes. I think I heard that from Scott Henderson once. He said something along the lines of playing through the changes as opposed to playing over the changes. And that's kind of my ultimate goal right here. It might not come out exactly as you plan, because maybe you're using some sort of, what would be the best term? I guess vocabulary. I'll just keep using that word. Keep using the vocabulary from maybe other ideas like pentatonics and stuff like that, and it might not sound that way. It's not going to sound funky. It's an altered chord. So that's kind of a prime example of exactly what I was speaking about. If I was to use maybe more of like blues scale sort of note choices and things like that, there's a chance that those phrases and those ideas would come out sounding a lot more funky and really change the style. If I change that to some sort of like major chord or a major pentatonic scale, it would completely change the mood. And it would probably sound a different way. But once again, what we're really doing here is trying to keep from freezing when we see an altered 7 chord. And one step past not freezing is just having some sort of freedom. And that's always the goal. Once again, thanks for spending your time with me. If you like what you hear and you want to hear more, go ahead, click the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and do so. All it'll do is help me put more content out there, and it'll actually push me to keep raising the quality of my lessons. Thanks again for coming. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next lesson.